ChatGPT has gotten so good at character generation with this latest update. You might have seen a lot of memes generated by GPT in Studio Ghibli style. These posts have flooded the social media over the past few days and it's gotten viral because of how good it actually is. People have been generating a lot of memes in the Studio Ghibli style and there has been so much demand for this that OpenAI themselves had to impose restrictions on how many requests they can handle, saying that for the time being there will be an upper limit on how many images a user can generate. And you can also see their CEO has also updated his profile picture in Studio Ghibli style because of how famous it has become. We're gonna explore two things today: how consistent it is at character generation and how closely it copies the Studio Ghibli style. I was really surprised to see how good this model had become. It also raises some ethical concerns, like I don't know how ethical it is to train your model on a style that's pretty much a staple style for a studio. It gets really complicated when it comes to an art style because any artist can draw in the same style as well. But to train a whole model on all of the copyrighted material, that's a big no in my opinion. I'm really curious about what you guys think about this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But today I just wanted to show you how good this model had become in terms of consistent character generation. Before this, we had to train custom LoRa's and custom models to generate consistent characters, but I don't even think there's a need for that anymore. Now you can give any custom image to this model. I have given it this image over here that I generated using Flux, but you can give it like a real life character as well, and then I've written generate a character sheet for this character in Studio Ghibli style. Now I forgot to add an image over here, that's why it just generated some text for us, but it's pretty interesting as well. If you click on the three dots below, you can see that ChatGPT has image generation capabilities as well, but we also generated some images later on. But here it's really interesting what GPT generated for us. So it gave it a generic name, height, a personality traits like curious, kind-hearted, a bit clumsy but very brave. But the interesting part is it also generated facial expressions in prompt form. So if we were to generate a Ghibli character, these were the prompts the model was going to use to generate images. It also generated a whole color palette for our character as well. And now after this, if we asked the GPT to generate a character sheet for our character, the next prompt I gave here is generate a character sheet image for this character in various poses in Studio Ghibli style. And over C you can see the model has generated a character sheet for us. Now if you're into any of animation or drawing field, you can understand how difficult it is to generate a character sheet from all of various angles. And in this case, ChatGPT has generated a really consistent looking character, in my opinion, in all of these different poses. There are some really tiny errors, like for example, it's missing the pockets on the pant in only a single image in this case. But you can simply click on this image and it gives you the option to edit this image if you want to. So it's saying describe what you want to add, remove or replace. In my case, for some reason it's not showing the image over here, but it should be showing the image. So let's move on. Then I said generate more views of this character from behind, because these were all poses from front and side view, and GPT was able to create really good images from the backside as well. And as you can see in these images, all the pockets are intact over there as well. Now you can use these images themselves to train a custom LoRa as well. Now I was curious about these facial expressions GPT gave us earlier, so I wanted to see how consistent our character looks with different facial expressions. You can see the model experimenting a bit with facial expressions over here, but I wrote the prompt generate a facial expression sheet for this character, draw the character in various modes in Studio Ghibli style, and once again, as you can see, it generated a really consistent character in different facial expressions. Now these facial expressions are near perfect in my opinion, aside from some minor inconsistencies in his face over here. But other than that, this is pretty much perfect. Now you can use this to generate animations as well. Now next up, I tried to see if ChatGPT now has the history and knowledge of all the images we generated, if it can place this character in certain scenarios and situations. And I wrote generate an image of this character hiking a mountain on a bright sunny day in a Studio Ghibli style, and GPT was able to draw that for us. Now this is really helpful if you're making any sort of children's storybook, or if you're making illustrations for a sketchbook and stuff like that. Now as you can see, GPT was able to follow our character sheet really closely. Once again, all the colors are right and the pockets are there, and the character looks pretty accurate. Next up, I tried to generate a character action sheet for this character performing various actions, and as you can see over here, here our character is walking, tying his laces, he's looking at a map over here, and all these images are pretty consistent. Now using only these images you can train a custom character LoRa, but I don't even think you have a need for that. As long as ChatGPT has history of these generating these characters over here, you can ask GPT to create this character in any pose or in any location as well. So yeah, this is a big leap forward in terms of consistent character generation and in terms of overall image generation capabilities of ChatGPT. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below.